Alright. Nope, wrong one. That's the one. Hi. Alright. Gotta figure out what I'm doing today. Because I finished up the tunnel. So I got supports all through it. I even did over here. Oops. Oh, I missed here. Good thing we did a run through. Alright. There we go. Supported. And then I did all the way down to all of it, essentially. That's what I did during D&D on Saturday night. So now I just need to figure out what we're doing next. Probably go there. Here we go. I think we're gonna eat some of this. I am kind of feeling mountains today. I think I'm gonna work on those a little bit. Assuming I have materials to do that. Because I was running low on chalk. I do have a fair amount of chalk though, so let's do that. Hello, hello! How are you doing today? It's been a while. Yeah, I'm back to my normal stream schedule. I might do random streams here and there, but not recently. I've been very sick. Can probably hear it in my voice. But yeah, no, other than being sick, I've been all right. Alright, I want to get up there. That'll be interesting. Everyone, yeah, I think it's the changing weather. Ooh, I did it. Alright. Stand here, I think. But yeah, I've had a sore throat for ever. I don't even know how long. And it's not fun. I need to get a little higher. There. You were on your way to work the other day and the train was horrid with people sneezing and coughing. Yeah, my husband still wears masks on the bus when he goes to work because, like, just people are so bad. I did put that purple block there. I was blueprinting the area to try and like plan it, and so that was where one of my blueprints was. There's a corner for the blueprint. And then I ended up probably not needing the blueprints, so it was all moot anyways. Hooray, hooray for pointless exercises. Guess that's just how Builders is. Hello, only birds. How's it going? You have acquired new pants? That's fun. Yeah, my husband needs new pants. He won't buy them though, so when the weather gets a little bit better and I'm not sick, I need to just go get some. You were on a work Zoom call yesterday and a colleague noticed Animal Crossing on my mirror. She texted me to help her son. That's so funny. I bet you moved the mirror too so that no one else would notice Animal Crossing in the mirror. Okay. No, it's mounted on the wall facing my TV, and the mirror is behind me. Just turned on a fake screen. That's funny. I would say I wish I could have a job where I could just play video games, but that's literally what I'm doing. But when I played World of Warcraft, I used to, there was like a bunch of dudes that I would raid with that would be like, hold on, boss aggro, and then they would come back and they'd be like, what is your job that you can like play? And they were like, oh, I just work in an office, but like we don't actually have that much work to do, so I have a lot of spare time. And as long as I respond to boss aggro when it happens, like they don't really care what I do. I'm like, what? That would be a great job, but Monday is a crap work day. It's finishing off odd jobs from Friday and waiting for new projects. I see. I mean, I never understood the micromanagers. Like, as long as the work is getting done, what do you care what your employees are doing? Like the whole like the fact that like employees have to get like when COVID happened and everyone had to work from home and people had to get like programs or whatever that would like move their mouse so that it would look like they were working, because otherwise management would like text them and be like, your mouse hasn't moved in X minutes. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, is their work getting done? Yes? Okay, then shut up and let them do it however they want to do it. I don't get it. You know, you can catch more flies with honey. It's the saying. You can get more out of your employees if you're nice to them. And just like the whole like forcing everyone back to work and to begin with, like, I don't get it. Apparently, like, they've done studies and apparently people were more productive when they could work from home, and yet still like bosses are like, nope, we gotta get everyone back in the office. It's like, what? That makes no sense. I never worked an office job though. Not computer savvy enough. You work in design, so all new work is after meeting with other departments on Tuesday, Wednesday, so Monday is a lazy day. That would be nice. And if your bosses understand that, then, like, that's good. The only perk of my work, like my main job before I had kids of my own was I was a nanny. And my only perk was that I could nap with when the kids napped. Either because the kids would not nap alone and needed someone to nap with them, or because I'd done everything else that needed to be done, and so I had some downtime. Although, like, when I moved to this town and I was trying to find a nanny job, the people were absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't think they understood what a nanny was. So, like, I literally had, like, one family, they were like, okay, so when the kids come home from school, and they're, like, playing or whatever, outside, then you need to be doing this and this and this. And they started, like, listing house chores. And they're just sitting there. I'm like, their kids are like 5 and 7 or something like that. I'm like, the park, they live down the street from the park, but like, also, you want your 5 and 7-year-old going to the park alone? What? I'm sorry. And also, like, so then I just looked at them and I'm like, it sounds to me like you want a house cleaner, like a housekeeper, and not a nanny. And they got so offended. I'm like, look, would you hire a house cleaner to look after your kids? No? Okay, then why are you hiring a nanny to do your housework? Like, I'm not here to do your housework. I'm here to look after your kids. And they obviously did not get that job, but like, like, come on. I will never understand the obsession to try and work nannies to like the bone and do absolutely everything. I don't mind like doing stuff for the kids, like and I'm really glad that I had the boss, one of the first bosses that I had, because she really taught me to like stand up for myself and like what should be okay for me to accept doing and whatnot. And so one of the things, like, I don't mind cleaning up after the kids. Like, if they were asking me to clean up the playroom, to help the kids clean their rooms, to like maybe do some kids laundry, no problem. No, they were asking me to meal prep and to clean their whole house from top to bottom. And like, I was like, I'm not here for you, I'm here for your kids. Like, that's what you're hiring me for. But no. But yeah, I was not going to compromise and get a job that like they expected me to basically be their servant. I was like, that's a waste of my talents. My talents were with kids. I'm not being your glorified housekeeper. But I think more and more people are doing that. Like managers are always looking for that someone who will go above and beyond, but they're not willing to pay you to go above and beyond. And I think more and more like kids these days, especially Gen Z, are like, why would I go above and beyond if you're not going to pay me? Like, why would I be working overtime if you're not going to pay me? And it's so funny because like millennials were so trained to like that's what you have to do to get ahead in the job, even though we've never gotten ahead in the jobs because that's just what boomers taught us so that they could use us better. So yay, go Gen Z for you know, not doing more than what you're paid for. If you want to clean, look after kids, and get treated badly for doing your work, be a teacher. Underpaid, overworked, and always being told off. Yep, 100%. Always blamed for everything. Meanwhile, a good teacher is priceless. I think our teachers are paid a little bit more here than in the US, but not by much. I don't think it's like a glorified job of by any means. But yeah, our kid was a late talker, so he had problems with like hitting because he couldn't communicate. He was thinking better, and so would just lash out. And his teachers are like, they were like, he's hitting, and I just like I went for a meeting with them like one of the first times, and it's just like, I know, and we're trying everything to stop it, and they're like, oh, okay, so like, and they totally worked with me. They're like, what are you trying at home? What can we do together? And like, so we figured it out and solved the problem, and it was fantastic, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them, I don't think. And it drives me crazy when so many parents are like, you're not here to parent my child. Well, then you need to parent your child. And you need to understand that sometimes it takes an extra person to parent someone who's not your child. Because as much as you want to be the one to teach your child everything, they're not always going to listen to you. And sometimes you need other people. Like, I used to be a lifeguard, and my kid refused to learn how to swim for me. Like, refused, like, would not learn. I tried everything, so finally we had to get someone else to teach him how to swim because he just would not. And that's the frustrating thing about kids. Kids are just like that. Teachers and nurses are underpaid and overworked in the UK. Yeah. I think they're that everywhere, unfortunately. I once one of the families that I used to nanny for, I worked for the mom, and they would go with their dad for like 10 days every month, so I would not be working. So she started loaning me out to all her friends who needed some childcare help during like those 2 weeks or week and a bit. And so there was one kid that I looked after. He got kicked out of daycare because he was too violent, and the teachers were afraid of him. And everyone was so like confounded. They were like, he's 5, how can you be afraid of a 5-year-old? And I was like, You'd be surprised. But turns out his mom was recovering from being very sick, and his parents were in the process of splitting up. So like the kid had a tumultuous life going on, so he was lashing out, and no one was taking the time to just sit with him and explain. Like, yeah, things are rough right now, but that doesn't mean you can act like that. And that's all kids need sometimes. Yep. I never had any problems with him because I made very clear from the start what my boundaries were, and stood my ground and just helped him process his emotions. So like he would get angry and I would put him in timeout, but I would sit there with him and I would talk him through it. And it's like people just don't have, it's like people forget that, you know, we're not born knowing how to deal with our emotions and process things, that it's actually a learning process, and they just don't have the patience for it. And so we definitely 100% should pay teachers more, because they're doing what we don't have the patience for, is to teach kids stuff. And it was good because like the parents would often put the poor kid in timeout and then leave me to deal with it. And so one time when I got there and his dad was in a big fight with him and put him in timeout, he tried to leave. I said, "Where are you going?" And he's like, "Well, you're here." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're the one that put him in timeout. You're gonna stay here and you're gonna wait for him." And the dad just was like, "What?" I was like, "You leave now and you put him in." It's like, it's not gonna matter what you say. Like, you put him in timeout because he was like bad mouthing or disobeying you or whatever, right? So if you leave after putting him in timeout, you're giving the authority to me. So he already listens to me. He knows that I have that authority. Not, you're just passing it on and making it more clear that he doesn't have to listen to you. If you want him to respect you, you need to follow through with like the full thing. You put him in timeout, you stay there until the end and you talk it through with him. And the dad just looked at me panicked. He's like, "But I don't know what to do." So I had to walk him through what to do. And luckily, like the dad was good and he stayed and like talked the kid through about why he got angry, and you know that the appropriate, like the reaction the kid had to it was not appropriate. But that poor kid, I felt so bad for him. I wished I could have spent like more time with him than 10 days per month, but that's all I had. And then he started school, so they didn't need me. But like, oh man. And they were good kids. They're just like very misunderstood with like everything that they were going through. And it's so sad because people just forget. Oh, that doesn't look great. People just forget that kids are just tiny people who don't know how to handle the world yet. And it's our job to teach them how to handle the world. And it's just so sad, the way that people treat kids. Like property or whatever. My biggest advice that I always had to give to parents, because like 9 times out of 10, whenever there was disciplinary problems, it stemmed from this, was if their kid would ask them for something and they would say no, and then their kid would harass them for hours, days, weeks, months afterwards, right? And they would change their mind to yes, it would just encourage their kid to keep harassing them. So it was this never-ending cycle of like, the kid didn't know the boundaries, because if they pushed hard enough on the boundaries, the answer could change. And that, like, one of the reasons that kids act out is because they're looking for the boundaries. They're trying to find, like, boundaries are comfortable. boundaries let kids know what to expect, how they should act. Like, boundaries are good. And so I would always tell parents, I'm like, when your kid asks you, can I do this or can I have that? Your gut reaction is to just say no because you don't want to deal with it right now. You need to ask yourself, though, if I'm harassed about this for the next 3 hours, am I going to change my mind to yes? And if that answer is yes, then you say yes from the get-go. You do not change your mind. If you say no, you stick to it. And if there is a reason that maybe you shouldn't have said no because you were angry or something or whatever, then you talk to the kid about why. Of like, you know what? I was wrong. I thought about it. I changed my mind. Yes, you can go and do that or whatever, right? But if you just like, you know, if it's just like blanket no anytime they ask you for something until like they bug you enough that you change it to yes, they don't know what gets them the yes other than harassing you for it. So, yeah. And I had one parent who like the child had the parent wrapped around their finger. Like literally the child would cry and the parent would like, what do you need? What do you want? I'll give it to you. And I tried so hard to explain to them that like the reason you're having such problems like with them for like disobedience and whatnot is because you will just constantly change your mind about stuff. They were like, oh, it'll be different when you have your own kids. Just you wait and see. Like, yeah. The difference is that I actually would love if I had someone to remind me of this stuff or to point out things to me. You know, when he was younger, obviously it's a lot better now because he can talk and communicate. But when they're younger, like when you're in the thick of it, you're full of emotions. You forget things, right? And you can't see the full forest for all the trees around you. And so it really, really helps when you have someone who can be like, oh, you know what? Actually, have you tried this? And so it drives me crazy when parents are like, oh, you're not a parent. You don't know anything. It's like, no, but it was literally my job to look after people's kids. And they would still dismiss my advice because I'm not a parent. And so, I don't know. It drives me crazy when people are like, you're not a parent. Stop parenting my child. Or like, you know, it's like, you know what? It really takes a village to raise a child. The more people you have encouraging your child to be the best version of themselves possible, the more likely they are going to be the best versions of themselves possible. So if you treat a kid like how I treat my dog when he's bugging me for snacks, it's good. I ignore the dog when he's barking at me for 15 minutes nonstop. Yeah, same thing. You can't give in. Prime example of that. So like the one parent who had the kid wrapped around, or the kid had the parent wrapped around the finger. The kid used to beat up on their older sibling all the time. And so when I got there, the parent was working from home or at home. And so like I tried to discipline the kid once. So the kid beat their sibling up with a toy. So I took the toy away and the kid started shrieking and crying and screaming and throwing a huge fit. And I wouldn't give the toy back because you don't hit people with toys. That's just not done. And so you don't get the toy. If that's how you're going to use it, you don't get the toy. But the parent came in and was like, what is all this shrieking about? So I explained the situation and they were like, oh, that's so stupid, and gave the toy back to the kid. And they're like, I can't think with all this screaming. Just deal with it. And so of course the kid took the toy and went and started beating up their sibling with it again. And I was just like, looked at them completely gobsmacked. I'm like, so I had to I had a really rough 2 weeks where I had to just like, you know, it was my first 2 weeks with this family, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna just, you know, bide our time, try do the best that we possibly can, And then as soon as we can, like, you know, the gloves will come off and, and the kids will learn. So finally, after about 2 weeks, they were like, "Oh, you've been doing a really great job. I trust you with my kids. I'm going to leave now." And they had something that they had to go to. So like for the next few days, they were not at home for most of the day because they had to do a thing that was like way out of town. And so then inevitably this kid took the toy and started beating their sibling with it. And so I took the toy away and they just started shrieking, crying, throwing a tantrum. And I just sat with them or whatever. And the sibling was just like, "You're not just going to give them the toy back?" I was like, "No, they're not going to learn if I just give them the toy back." And so like after like, you know, I kept them in a corner where they were near so I could make sure that they were safe. And shrieking and crying or whatever. And then after a while when they started to calm down, but they were still like throwing a fit over it, I just went and I chatted with them. And they didn't understand. Like they had never been told no before in their life. They just couldn't deal with it. And it took 2 hours of this kid throwing a fit, screaming, wanting the toy back, before it finally got through to them that I would follow through with my word. That, you know, if I tell them something, I mean it. And that they don't have to be worried because I will always make sure that they are safe. And that I will always, you know, like I'll be like consistent with them. And after that moment, that's all it took. Just that one time. After that, I just had to warn them. I was just like, you know, if I saw them about to do something with their toys that they shouldn't, I'd be like, "Do I need to take that away from you?" And they'd be like, "Nope." And they wouldn't do anything. One time. That's all it took for them to get that they don't, like, when Aura says this, she means it. And so I better, you know, try my hardest. And it was so bad because like it got to the point where like the mom would be like, "Oh, can you go and do this?" And they would like talk back to their mom or whatever, and the mom would just be like, and like try and get them to like do stuff, but like not really like being firm about it. And I would be like, "Don't talk back to your mother. Go and do your thing that you're supposed to do." And they would go and do it. Like I had to like, and I'm like, I shouldn't be the one doing this. Like you should be telling them to listen to me, not me telling them to listen to you. Like and they still didn't want to listen to me when I tried to give them advice. Because I wasn't a parent. And that absolutely blew my mind. It's like you don't see the work that I'm doing with your kid to make your life easier and you don't want to give it a shot, even though it's obviously working. And those kids were fantastic. I absolutely adored them. They just needed someone to put their foot down for them once in a while. That's all kids need sometimes. But also, hello, Mithrin. Thank you for the hydrate. How you doing tonight? We apparently got, talking about child care. I don't even remember how we got on this topic. So? Huh. I'm sorry. But yes, I'm very passionate about childcare because I did it for so long, and because I ended up getting a reputation for being the one who could deal with the problem child, and the child is never problematic, honestly. Like, okay, not true. Like, I mean, depends on what you call problematic. If they're not doing exactly what adults think a child should do, which is not as bad as it used to be. It's like with children should be seen and not heard, way back in the day. Still not the greatest though, with like people just not understanding that children are children and require assistance and understanding and time and patience to learn things, what's expected of them. And it's amazing how much children will change around if you just willing to explain things to them. And that was the thing that I think part of what always had me good with kids was that I treated them like they were another human being that I wanted to respect. And I would explain absolutely everything to them. If I got mad at them for something, I would explain in great detail why it was that I was upset. So then they knew exactly why it was I was upset, and that, you know, how it, like, their behaviors affected other people. And then they can learn and grow from that and become better people. It started with sick people, then work sucks, to bad managers and employees, and ended with teachers, nurses, and childcare. Just to sum up, yeah. Good summary. I have ADHD. I don't remember what I just said. Always forget. The talents of ADHD. We can forget a topic while we're talking about it. Well, we decorate mountains. That was the wrong tool. There we go. But yeah, if you get me talking on topics that I know a lot about, I will talk for days. Although I'll probably repeat myself a lot because, again, I don't always remember what I just said. Trying desperately to not make it look like this here, where it's like the perfect corner, but it's so hard with corners to not make them look like that. No, actually, I don't like that. Also, I did notice that you sneak on Titus, so hello. Sorry I didn't come greet you. Still like that, actually. Need more height. I've discovered that my dog thinks that my one and only spot that I should be in the house is on the couch. And that she follows me around when I'm not. And then as soon as I settle down onto the couch to stream or whatever for the night, then she's just like, yep, okay. And she'll go to sleep either beside me or like elsewhere, as long as she knows where I am. So she's currently sleeping belly up beside me. Let's do that. I think. Yep. One or both of the mommy kitties are pregnant again from the neighborhood kitties. Oof. You need to get your kitties fixed so that they can't get pregnant so much. Was that? What? Oh, there you are. Hello. You don't own— yeah. That's okay. If I have some extra money or your family has some extra money. Especially if they're strays. You don't need them just making more strays. It's not fair to them or their babies. My mom used to feed the strays, and we had this feral black cat that lived under our porch. And, she sedated it and took it to the vet to get it neutered. So that it couldn't, make lots more stray babies. I'm going to do this. You were getting the groceries yesterday and like an a-hole meow meow went to the bread and tore a hole open in it and took some of the bread. So many mice and rats in this area that they send some of the children away to form packs of their own, apparently. I see. So they want the cats to be wandering around. Wild. We're gonna do that one, I think. One of the kittens even tried bringing a rat as a present. I remember that my mom picked up a stray when I was very small, and the stray was pregnant. So after she'd had her kittens, she kept trying, like she became very motherly to like everyone and everything. And I was a small child, so she would like try and teach me how to hunt. So she was constantly bringing like small critters back to the house and then like releasing them alive. So we had a garter snake and a blue jay that I remember set loose in our house that were still alive. And she was always so proud of herself because she's like, you guys will learn how to hunt so you can fend for yourselves. And then we kept one of her kittens. And she became my cat and was very, very motherly towards me as well. And ended up like, whenever I would like cry or whatever, I did the little kid pouty lip thing where I would stick my lip out when I cried, and she would try and like grab my lip to carry me away. It was very funny. But yeah, we were constantly getting presents left on our... because all our cats went outside. It wasn't until like I moved out and I lived in like apartments and stuff that my cats became like indoor cats. There's some super huge kitty that's either super ultra mega extreme, either fat or fluffy with a majestic mane that roams around town. And all the packs seem to respect and love that one, treating them like a king. We had a Maine Coon who was like giant but fluffy. I want to... No. In there. Please. Thank you. There. Let me get that. That's the other cat that I really like is Maine Coons, but they get ginormous. But Silver Tabby's the one I want the most next, I think, if we get a cat. Which won't be until Shell is no longer around because she eats the kitty litter. Usually, especially in a stray, if a cat is fat, it's not actually fat, or it's pregnant. Because cats are like that, or they'll look ginormous. I want to do this. There. I think that'll... Well, let's do one more. But like that. Alright. Cause I had my one cat who was absolutely giant, which is really funny because when he was a kitten, he was tiny. So he was constantly trying to fit himself into these tiny little crevices that he used to do when he was a kitten, but he didn't fit in anymore. But like he was so big that my other cat that we had would use him as a pet bed. Although my other cat was the runt of his litter, so he was tiny, so like it was quite the like giant cat versus tiny cat. But also my cats were both pushovers. I tried so hard to get them to like smack the dog around when she was a puppy, but they just would not. They were just too afraid. And so the dog became the queen of the house. Even though I really tried to get them to maintain their seniority, but nope, they were not willing to. But it was really funny. My giant cat was also like the biggest scaredy cat ever. And And anytime like someone knocked on our door, he would be gone for like hours. You wouldn't see or hear anything from him. And yeah, it's funny. So then when we had my friends live with us for a while, he got used to them obviously because they were around all the time. So then when they ended up moving out and they would come visit, like he would hear them coming into the house and he would run and hide. So I would go and get him and like claws digging into my arm, I would carry him downstairs, and it wasn't until he like looked at them and saw them that he would instantly relax because he knew those guys and they were okay. But like I would have to go and get him every time because otherwise he would just hide. He was a silly guy. There's a hilarious story from Elder Scrolls. Nords are basically Vikings and Khajiit are kitty people. There was a Nord lady who married a Khajiit guy. She loved him but got annoyed because he was a coward, because when he was scared he would run someplace and hide in a basket. I mean, survival. Just like that. World of Warcraft added tons of new features. Sucks that they added it and you don't have the money for that. Next expansion, they're supposedly finally adding character housing. Oh my goodness. They've been asking for character housing for eons. Alright, well, got one side of the mountains completed, I think. Mostly. Oh, around the edge here. Did not do. I wish I was still interested in World of Warcraft because I loved my character so much. I was 100% an alt addict, but I loved them. Where did that go even? Oh, up there. I was aiming for here. Dark Thayer or Drac Thayer are your favorite race. They also had a new feature called Solo Stories and some others. I think the last expansion I played was when the Tabaxi were at it. No, not Tabaxi. The cat people. What are they called? I completely forgot. Tabaxi is D&D. Um, they don't have kitty people, they have fox people. Oh yeah, the Volpera. That's what they were called. That's why I couldn't remember what they were called, because they're foxes. I didn't even get to level my Volpera up all the way because I stopped playing. But oh my god, I loved just like rolling characters and like playing all the many different characters. But like, I don't know, the game did not feel the same to me anymore. It's not for me anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, I have no idea what the earthen is. Absolutely none. It was awesome in the Dragonflight expansion. Yeah, I never played Dragonflight. Robot versions of mecha gnomes, but that vaguely sounds familiar. You know what? I am getting a headache, so I'm gonna take an Advil and nip that in the bud. Basically dwarf android robots, like a... Yeah. I played the heck out of Lich King, man. Oh my goodness. I really liked they might be the Drakthir, the blood elf styled elves that the that the Alliance got. They were awesome. I loved the cool hair colors that they could have. It was so funny because I played on a server, and it was in a guild for the Alliance, and they were like very, very high on like rating, and they would like, other people could join the guild, but like they very much had a clique, and you couldn't be in the inner clique unless, you know, you were raiding or whatever. And so like barely anyone talked to anyone. Like they would help on occasion, like the lower people do stuff for quests and whatnot, but it was mostly like you get geared up and prove that you can raid, and then we'll, like, you can join us in the inner clique. So near like the end of the expansion, they had stopped raiding because there was no point. There was like what was the first expansion called? Burning Crusade. I remembered. Woo! Burning Crusade came out. And was like where it was coming out. So they basically stopped raiding, and the guild started doing a whole bunch of stuff together, and it was amazing, and everyone was having so much fun. And I thought, okay, this, like, you know, this is why I'm in this guild. This is what I'm looking for, and I thought, you know, now everyone will be on the same playing field. Get to 60 or 70. Get to 70, which was the whatever the new cap was, and then you know, everyone will have a chance to like raid and you know, join in. So I got to 60 and I started gearing myself up, and nope. I wasn't in the original clique, so I wasn't, like, even though I was good at healing or whatever, they just, like, I was always looked over. And so I got, when Burning Crusade came out, they were all like, ooh, Dre and I are the best, and Blood Elves are hilarious, and no one should play Blood Elves because they're terrible. So when I realized how, like, you know, cliquey this guild was, and like they were never going to change, that no one else would ever have a chance, I re-rolled some Horde on a different server, and I've just as like a, you know what, they don't like Blood Elves, I'm gonna roll a Blood Elf. And then I became in love with the Blood Elves and their spinny jumps, and it was hilarious. But I made my own guild and like became a guild leader for a long time. And my thing was always like, nobody's left out, because that's not nice to anybody. Yeah, my first character was a druid alliance, so it was a night elf. I didn't have a choice. But when I switched to Horde, I rolled a priest. Because that was the other thing, was like I outperformed healers as a balanced druid. And they still didn't think I was good. But like I outperformed like the holy priest that we had, and I was like, I should not be doing that as a balanced druid. Like, we would run dungeons and whatnot. I almost called them domains, but that's Genshin. We would run dungeons and stuff, and like everyone would be dying, so I'd have to help the holy priest heal. And so I was like, okay, like, priests can't be that hard, can they? So I rolled a holy priest. And then that became my main for years and years and years, all through Wrath and Legion and until I met some more Alliance people on Twitter before everything went to hell. And they convinced me to roll some Alliance on their server. But I was Horde for a while because the one Alliance guild I was in were not nice people. So I went to Horde. I also liked how the Blood Elf priests weren't religious like the others. They were just white mages like Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't like to play a lot of D&D classes is because I don't like how hyper-religious they are, which is hilarious considering my character has sort of become hyper-religious, but the homebrewed god that she worships is more of like I don't know, like the god of nature. But like not like Mother Earth like the druids, the Great Mother, whatever the druids worship, because that's still very like godly. It's more like I don't know, he seems much more whimsical than that. And so that's the god that my character has aligned herself under. And so she's always like she'll still hunt and stuff, but like she always makes sure to like thank the animal for its sacrifice and, you know, stuff like that, and like makes sure to like try and like use every part of the animal, and anything that's not used she'll give it a proper burial, and she's like just super respectful of like nature and stuff like that, and it's almost comical now. So like the ranger and in the party should like always be like, when you killed it, did you take it? And it's become sort of like a funny thing between them. Yeah, like non-religious paladins in D&D where they... Well, see, that's the thing, like my healer that I play in D&D, she's not a priest or a druid or a paladin. She's a divine soul sorcerer. Because I just liked that idea that they're just born with powers and they don't get them from praying to anybody. That's just who they are. And so the whole point was that, like, she's not going to be religious. And then she ended up being religious. But to, like, an animal god, so... I honestly do not know a whole lot about, like, D&D. It's funny, because we play D&D, but we play homebrewed D&D. So, like, we don't use any of the Pantheon in D&D. Like, we'll use, like, we use D&D Beyond to, like, create our characters and stuff, and we use the basic information to, like, create our backstories and whatnot, but mostly it's in a world that my husband's created, and he comes up with all the lore and stuff. So... Princess prom? I don't know what that means. Non-religious clerics dedicated to light alignment of good. Yes. See, that's what I would do. I actually have a friend who really wants us to do a science, like a space campaign. And so I plan on making a druid who's dedicated to science. botanist in particular. She'll be the ship's, like, botanist. Oh, I'm sure, but like I said, like we just use D&D as a guideline. That's all. Alright, what am I doing? I'm gonna go check on Only Birds. Come in to check your homework, sir. Ooh. Swanky. You know what I really need to figure out? What my magical gem is gonna be. Where did I put that stuff? I think over here. Maybe? Oh yeah, big fish. I love how the way that this is set up, it kind of looks like the Fire Kingdom people are here visiting. Their neighboring. Even though it's technically supposed to be part of the Rock Kingdom. What you doing? All aboard, choo-choo. Okay. I'm gonna go. I think I need. Wait, hang on. Let me check my inventory. I have some mines. Good, good. Do I have? Alright. How many light boxes do I have? I have a bunch. Just gonna make 30. No idea how many I'll actually need. Alright. I need something. Is... Wow, that's quite the big hitbox. Oops. That what my wow, my depth perception is way off. Okay, I want to do something with this, but also with like ice and maybe snow. The problem is it's 4 blocks and so it's in the middle. Let's see what we could do. Um, how do I want to do this? Oh, the music is... Oh, that's right, because Cerulean Steps is shaped very weirdly. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Alright. Uh, that. That. I'm rethinking that. I'm actually going to just start over. But I have a better idea of what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna start from the ground up. I can worry about it floating when I actually have it. Alright. So So I need like hang on. Get rid of that and break out. Just for my own sake. So that I know. For just a second. Alright. I don't really want to. I guess I'm gonna have to. I wonder if I could, like, it doesn't have to be even, right? It can, be asymmetrical. Oh, I'm not sure how that would work. Mithrin. Question for you, Mithrin. Did you like the house that we built for you? 'Cause I don't know if you noticed, but it was very asymmetrical. Oh, I know. We gotta arrange a time where you can go get it. Cause I don't like keeping that island online just because it is the island that I built for other people. Stuff for other people. I don't know how to make this asymmetrical if I wanted. Well, I plan on putting it online for you so that you can go to it but we need to plan a time to do it so that I can literally put it online, tell you it's online, have you go to it, and then I can immediately take it offline so that only you go to it, is what I'm saying. I don't know what to do. We just have to plan a time when we're both online and playing. I can do that. You made a cool town design by accident? That's cool. Those are always fun. Happy little accidents. You made a road from the tablet in Green Gardens and connected it to the one going to Scarlet Sands. So it made a giant 7 in the Green Gardens Valley. Okay. That would be cool. All the houses are Japanese style. It was the same square room, but then sloped roof in front and back, but with the overhang ring around the roof. So the house is 9 by 9, but is 10 by 10, including roof. That's nice and compact. You like the 9 by 9 since it's a large room, but it's kind of modular, so add-on rooms can easily be attached. Alright, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I think that'll be the way to go. Okay. I will look as soon as I can. That one? No, can't really be taken away. Because that needs to be here. That might be too tall. No, well, maybe, yeah. It's cool how some people rebuilt Kakariko Village from Legend of Zelda, Stormwind City from World of Warcraft. The free Cowabunga pack? What? What? What are you talking about? What game are you talking about for Cowabunga pack? Oops. What's plus? I have no idea what any of that is. Like, I mean, I've heard of Sonic, but Don't know what Veil Guard is or Cowabunga Pack. Or what you mean by plus. What plus? Oh. Like the online subscription. All right. And then I just put it like up a little bit higher, and I could put one underneath it as well as one in the middle, and I think that works. Maybe? I wanted to try and get light boxes in, but I don't want the light boxes to be seen. From the outside, right? But they're kind of hard to do with the windows. I might have to get rid of the windows. Excuse me. Thank you. I think if we get rid of the windows, this is totally doable. Oops. Should be down. I didn't know. I'm just not talking. Sorry. Ah. All right. I want to. The question is, can I? Can I chisel? shows inside. Ooh, what if we do? Concave. Hello, Zach! How are you doing today? It's going alright. I am once again wishing we could chisel the underside of blocks. Will forever be a pet peeve of mine that we cannot. Because I'm gonna get this looking really cool from up above, and it's not gonna look nearly as cool from underneath. Yep. So much. Made proper archways. Have been so good. You know that meme? The world if we did whatever, and it's like the futuristic utopia world or whatever. It'd be the world if we could, if we had the ability to chisel the underside of blocks. The builder's world. Will you please stop doing it that direction? Thank you. Alright, have a good night, Happy Panda. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Will you please stop chiseling that the wrong way? Yes, I am very salty about that as well. Like how they look in the icon. The new and improved Builder's Chisel. Not only does it chisel blocks, but now it also does abs. God, I really wish I could chisel the undersides. Ah! Alright, hang on. I have a thingy here. I do. These dye light blue, right? They sure do, okay. You know what? I might have to... Because this is not... I don't like two. I don't like the double. And it's not... Oh my god. Can I do 3x3 though? Alright, let's try. Where are my blocks? I don't think I can do that. Which really sucks. I should have just grabbed all of these, but I did not. So let's go grab all of them right now. Yo, lady, you're a long way from home. Well, maybe not. Your hair looked green up there. Your hair is yellow. Ads! What knows? Or if you can turn this off. It doesn't look like it. So to have it off, you would just need to magnet block it. Alright, trying to see if there's a way that I can get this to sit in the middle. I don't think there's going to be, though. And I'm very sad. I don't think it can. Which royally sucks. Wonder, actually. Oh, that looks weird. I have not seen. I am currently trying to figure out a way to make this work. Even though it's even. because I can't chisel. There we go. Took a bit. Dang it. Bell. I really like how that looks on the top. I just need to figure out how to get it to look cool on the bottom. Maybe if we do something like that. That's totally 100% not where I put that. No, I don't even know where that got put. Dang it. Where? What? It like literally just disappeared. There we go. Alright, I think that's about the best that I'm gonna be able to get it without some sort of underside chisel. I just need to continue it. Alright, let's look at this picture. Oh yeah. So are those two houses just beside each other or one big house? Oh, I see. That's cool. Oh, I was talking and my mic was muted. Gotta love that. I asked Only Birds if you were talking to me about liking it. Oh dear. And then I told Mithrin that that looked nice. Thank you, because I'm struggling with it. I might need to just, like, finish it so I can see it better. But, gonna have to destroy my mountain a little bit in order to do that. I said it was I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear, but I said it was a good idea, a really neat idea to have the two houses that merge together to make an inn. I do like that idea a lot. Alright, you know what? Let's go down a little bit more. Alright. I think if we put light boxes under here as well, and we do we can put on the underside, but we can then do like that and that. Maybe have one there, maybe? All right. I just realized what I need. Alright, how can I get... How can I... Get in here? We sure can. Alright. need more light boxes for starters. More light boxes. Alright, and then I think what I need in here is take the green orb from the moon tower cannon and place it in the middle of the green gardens to be like the magic crystal from... Yeah, I love using these as like special magic crystals. I'm using them in here as like the magic crystals. I need... I'll buy them. Yep, will you please? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Shoot. I did not think that through. Because it's like it's supposed to be an ice machine, but if I set the ice machine, if I set it off, all the light boxes turn off. Be really cool though. Does that one go off when I can't say. I don't think it does. Mr. Onlybirds, can I get you come jump on a button. I want to see what that looks like from the outside. You want to get inside, so you want to get on top of it. The hole is over here. Thank you. Just keep, yeah. I wonder, there's gotta be a way in which I turn half of the light boxes on and half of them off. And then that way when the button, each time the button is pressed, at least one of them is turning on or off. Because I really like the frost. And I just don't think there's a way to get the frost to go to trigger without the lights turning off. So if I like alternate some of the lights turning on and off so that not all of the lights turn off. Or if I just very specifically use pointer activators. Yeah. No. I just needed you to jump on it so I could see what it looked like. Thank you for your assistance. I think that looks really cool. Because the whole point of it is that it's a device that's forcing this area to be wintry. So the fact that it every once in a while just explodes in ice, I think would be really cool. Yeah. So because I figured, like, I was thinking about it, like, because this is the Ice Kingdom. And it doesn't really make sense for them to just be, when the whole island is like semi-tropical, it doesn't make sense for this part, this corner, to be snowy. So I was like, well, what if they had little magic crystals that they put everywhere that make it snowy? And so like they have like these magical machines that like make it snow. And I'm gonna have one in the corner that's broken, and around it is going to be all grassy and with flowers and stuff, to show that like that's what they do. So I'm gonna have most of them piled with like snow around them and stuff, and then if only we had accumulating snow. Where and then like the rest are gonna have snow around them, and then they're gonna have one broken one. Thank you for your assistance. Can stop jumping on the button now. You like jumping on the button? I think there's definitely a way, and that I could figure out. I just have to figure out where these are gonna go as well. But it's something that's been on my mind for a while. In the back of my head. Building the snow machine. for the Ice Kingdom, which is why it's all snowy. Yes, any light source will turn off. I just need to figure out where these go. Like, do I want them in the mountains, or do I want them tucked around in, like, nooks and crannies and stuff? Like, this would actually be a really great place to hide one. Stashed away in, like, a little corner. I could actually put another one over here, because there's a little bit of a alcove. We could make it even more of an alcove. Oh, look at... Have one precious. Oh, I have a couple more of the fallen snow. If only I could make it snow just even once when I was all done this area. I'm so sad that they broke that. Yeah, exactly. No powdered snow. Yep, that was me too. I'm like, I will never run over you, and then you have NPCs in your party and they run over it and you're like, no! Why? See, precious, precious snow. But it's so sad, because, like, if you go visit some really old islands that were uploaded, like, way back in the day, they still have accumulating snow. And yet we no longer have it. And it is so sad. I think one day I just need to bulldoze this entire area and plan it out. Because the only thing that I know so far is that the train station will be here. That's it. Nothing else is known. I keep seeing the emoticons you did, only birds out of the corner of my eye on the laptop chat, so I keep thinking that someone chatted. And I look over and there's nothing new, and I'm like, huh, what? It took me a couple times to realize that it was the emotes. It was really funny. Just as this like hit, my dog jerked in her sleep. So it was like she was reacting to the hit. Even though there's no way she could hear it because I'm wearing a headset. There we go. Oh, almost. I can still sort of see it. There, now it's off. How appropriate. Until you put more in, I made it, yeah. It's just because, like, I use the movement out of the corner of my eye to let me know that someone has said something. So it was with the... It was a large movement, too. So it just looked like the screen, like the chat was moving up. When it was just the mouth that was opening. Oh, cool. I never realized that. The stairs, get rid of the trim. I don't generally use those blocks, though. So... you can make the different ones on the... You can make the trimless version on the whatchamacallit. Yes, the sifter. Yes, the stickler sifter. Oh, that was great. Um, it's so funny because I saw that like that there was a hole there as I walked into it. Like it finally registered that there was a hole there. And I fall again. And that is why the amount of times the ore has fallen is over 9,000. Because ore falls far too much. Gonna have even less to do than they did before. Right. Well, hello everybody. How's it going? I'm gonna run into the problem with that everyone's always complaining about not having enough NPCs on this island. I just know it. I haven't really focused on the NPCs yet though. But when I go to actually like make salutation stations and like, you know, make the place look lived in and create little everyone's little stories, I can be like, oh no, I need more people. No, I fell again. Big huge island and only 60 residents is frustrating. Honestly, what they should have done is raise the limit, but then made it 60 per area. That would have been better. Because I can see why they don't want more than 60 in an area, because 60 in an area already likes it enough as is. But if it was like, you know, you can have 100 people but no more than 60 in one area, I would have been a lot better. I fell again. Oh my goodness. And one more time. Ay, ay, ay. Well, the funniest part that you don't know about that is that I'm pretty sure the Titus actually added an internal counter to the fall. So it says what it says, but then actually counts. Shh. Yes. It's not an accurate counter though, unless you made it start at like at least 100. Because I've definitely fallen at least 100 times on all my streams. I think you started it at a bit of a higher number, though it's definitely not tracking all of them. Why do you like climbing so much, girly? I always find you climbing the walls. 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I'm sorry, I would send you all on vacation to the Fire Kingdom, but I can't right now. I'm in co-op. So you'll just have to suffer. I apologize. That's... You're thinking of heading off soon? That's probably a good idea. I am still recovering from being sick. And should probably, get to bed earlier rather than later. Unfortunately. But hey, if I take care of myself, I don't have to cancel streams. I can just do shorter streams. And that's always better, I think. I think we gotta wait 3 minutes though, because I think ads just started. Is my thing. Ads starting soon. Alright, well, there we go. Castle finally gone. Done for. Should actually... Oh, that might be too much. It's a heart! Is he using heat root for seaweed in this picture? Keep trying to use my left stick to navigate this and it's not how it works. Oh, that island looks like it'll be laggy. Yeah, it looks like it'll be very, very laggy. That island looks really pretty. I'm curious about this, so I want to see if I can find that. Alright, let's see if I can find Tunakin. This is so cool. Hello, I'm sorry, you are Japanese and I cannot talk to you. Is this the island that we came to before? Oh. Maybe not. Oh. Fell in a hole. Again. That looks cool. Holy. So many trees. Yes, there is so much detail on this island. Holy smokes. Oh, wow. uh, I know Tuniken is one of the top builders that I know of. So I'm not entirely surprised. I'm pretty sure this island is new though. It is not the island that I visited. Oh my goodness. What the? But see, this is, I forget who was talking about it last time. They were trying to make red trees. This is exactly what we were talking about. Using the seaweed. It was you. Well, there you go. You can see it in action now. Yo, what the heck? What is that? Oh, the snake skins in there? Yeah, I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're really cool. The thing in the distance there. The tower. Holy smokes. This island is crazy. Okay, I wanna backtrack because I wanna go see. Oh, there's a. You're more interested in other things on the screen? This guy definitely hit his crop limit, I can tell you that now. Oh, it's the Soggy Scary? Cool. Yeah, it's true, but still, like, there's so many here. No! I fell! This is a Buildertopia. You can tell because the Brownbeard's boat is over on its own little island. These are strawberry and buckwheat plants. Oh, and there's a coffee plant. Oh, I thought I was in Build Binoculars. Coffee plant. Buckwheat. And then strawberry is the smaller one, right? Come on. There. This is, pretty cool. Ooh. This island was definitely made with the overhead in mind. Look at this. What the heck? Oh my god. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Oh, and those are these are the butterbeans flowers. Good use of these rocks, man. I've never seen these candles not lit before. They look so weird because they don't have a wick when they're not lit. Look at that. There's no wick. You can only see the wick when it's lit. That's funny. They're not lit wicks, no. And my inventory's full. See, now they have wicks. Now they are lit wicks. Oh no, they don't have wicks. They just look like they have wicks because they're lit. So from far away, they look like they have... That's so funny. Yes. That's kind of funny, actually. Sorry, itchy ear. Ooh. That actually worked out pretty well. I wonder if the larger one is... Yeah, that's gotta be Magna Block. It looks dark. And it's not moving at all. You can see like the other trees beside over here are swaying slightly. And this one's just perfectly still. That means it's a Magna Block. But it works for an extra tall tree. Yeah, anything that's with a Magna Block is either not lit, like if it lights up, it will not be lit when it's a magnet blocked camouflage over that item. And if it's some sort of like plant or something, it won't sway. Ooh. Ooh, this is very pretty. Like all of the plants and trees sway slightly. Like as if they're underwater. It's very, very weird. Like if you watch any of them, they just sway slightly, see? Wind, I guess, but I don't know, they don't move like wind though. They move like current, right? Like how things underwater move. So that's why I find it weird. Right? Like plants don't move like that. The entire game is actually underwater. Yeah, our bottomless pot actually pours air, not not water. Plants need air to grow. There's water and then there's liquids. Well, Liquids are heavier than water? That's so funny. I love how you just like have an explanation of it. My goodness. The level of detail, man. Oh, and like even like in the water. There's an explanation for everything if you're too tired to think properly. 20 out of 10, no notes. I love that just like every corner is made to be explored. It doesn't matter where you go, it'll be finished. That is my goal someday for my island. I fell in a hole. So cool. Roses! They look like rose bushes. They did such a good job. Very gothic looking rose bushes here. I really like that they did that, that these are um, like actual, uh, like each bush has a different color rose. Also, I didn't realize that, is that, oh, that's a white rose. It looks pink in this light, so I was like, there's two shades of pink rose? That's cool. But no. Septic shrub. And, it's tainted trees, I believe. So incredibly, I fell again. Ooh. Is also pretty, yes. Love how that water glows in the rain. Alright, get down there. Um, yeah, no, but like with like I don't know, the lighting and the rain and the whatever, it just looks even more glowy than normal. So amazing. Can't tell where if this is where, because there's the goldfish. I just can't tell if this is where the heat root plants are. which is what got me to come and look at this. Where? Very cool. My goodness. Look at this ruined house. So perfect. Oh, did we get a note we can read? No. I love that in like games like this, like the house that's made of like literal bricks is falling apart, but the notes made of paper have survived. uh Always amused me. I mean, it's one of those suspension of disbeliefs that you've got to do for things like this because, but, it just, that thought amuses me. Ooh, more. Up. So many little houses. Very cool. Also, I do really like the stairs as like broken roof tiles. Very cool. What? There's a whole interior? Oh, look at all the magic gems. That looks so cool. It's just like literal round. And I'm like mesmerized. Oh, wow, that was so high up. I wish I knew what the sign said. The problem with visiting islands nowadays, now that I have the Japanese version of the game on Steam, if I need it. Hang on. Is that a different stairway? What? Two stairways? And then this is... It's gotta be... What? Okay. Oh, I found it. By accident, but I found it. I was like, there's gotta be a reason there's a sign there. Oh, I found the reason there's a... oh my god. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. Yo. This reminds me a lot of one of the first islands I ever visited. I don't know what a Minecraft lush cave is, but okay, I'll take your word for it. This is so, like, but one of the first islands I ever visited, um, had, like, caves like this. And it's what really made me, like, want to build more exciting things and have, like, hidden features all over the place. This is so gorgeous. There is so much foliage in there, holy smokes. I don't think there's anything else here, though. I think it's just that, but still beautiful. Something over here? No. Nope. That was very well hidden because I did not see it. This is how I find most stuff on Japanese islands. I just accidentally fall into it. And I think we came down the other one, so we'll go up this one. Oh, wait, it's okay. I see. Now we gotta try and find... My goodness. It's so cool. I do have one note. My only note, though, would be is to make like the path that you walk on just even, you know, slightly different so that it stands out as the path a little bit better. That's my only note. Because I struggle with knowing where I'm supposed to be walking. Because everything's the same. I do really want to find my way up to the top, but I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to go. Up, that goes up. We went down last time, so we're trying to find the way up. Ah! I was trying to fix my camera, and it didn't. Go the old-fashioned way. There's stairs there, right? I see some stairs. Ah, yes. See, again, I would help with knowing where I'm supposed to be walking. Because the path is exactly identical, so I'm having a really hard time finding the proper path. So just having something different for the ground that you walk on, even if it's just like chunky chalk versus smooth chalk. Would have been very nice. But that's like the tiniest. That looks cool. The pillars. It's like the tiniest detail. Alright, where is the spire? I want to see the spire and then I need to go to bed. I can't see in the rain. I think it's over there. There's all like the dead stuff. That's so cool. Oh, it's supposed to be like wintry over here. I see. Look at that. Amazing. There's bugs piled up here. No, I didn't jump. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on, buttons. Button. That's your job. You have one job. Why are you not jobbing? No! I had a feeling that wasn't gonna work. No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up there. That's a shame. I wanted to climb the spiral. This spiral is wild. Hello, Charlie. How you doing? No, come on. Thank you. No. That was the wrong way, game. Thanks. Alright, I give up. You're okie dokie. That's good. So, this island is so perfect. What the heck? This is where I would want Sapphire's tool to like make a proper map of this thing. Because that would be amazing. Because this does not do justice at all. And I would love if we had something like this, but like... Oh man. No, I was trying to take a... Okay, to take a video clip. Cool. Or a picture. Alright. Anyways, let's right, for the folks at home, let's get there's more by tune again. That's gotta be that island, right? But the one that the picture that I went to that island from was this one. DHCS. Is it the same? Yes, it is. So yeah, there's tuna. Tuna again. Or if you go to like the Dragon Quest Builders 2 website and type in lowercase tuna, capital K, lowercase en, you can find him that way. That's how I find codes to put in. Anyways, that's all we're doing for today. It's longer than I was actually going to do, so there you go. But we got to see an awesome island. So thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you guys on Sunday for more Stardew. And then next Monday will be more builders again. So thank you and have a good week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.